Hi, it's me again, back in my friend's bed talking about sex and communication. Now that is a hot combination. Sometimes we forget or just fail entirely to communicate our needs and our wants and boundaries and to check in with others' needs and wants and boundaries. Sometimes because we are on fire with new relationship energy, or we don't want to rock the boat in an established relationship, or we find ourselves spontaneously naked with a distractingly interesting new lover. It can be even more complicated when you combine all of this with a kink or BDSM dynamic. Power play can be exhilarating, blissful, liberating, and the fantasies we hold about these dynamics can make us forget to do that whole communication thing because we don't want to. We have this culturally ingrained myth that our lovers and our friends and our coworkers and that guy down at the grocery store, they're just supposed to magically know exactly what we want and need and provide us with just the interactions that we want without us having to do the sometimes terrifying work of talking about it. If we are dominant, we like the fantasy that we are completely in charge of the situation at all times, that we call all the shots, that lovely little slut exists entirely to please us and to be pleased by us, and we know exactly what should be done and how to do it. If we are submissive, we like to imagine that we can take whatever we're given, that we can exist solely to please and satisfy our master. We don't want to state boundaries because we don't want to admit having them, to crack the fantasy of total submission. But that doesn't work. Put down your ego, both of you. Nobody's a mind reader. If we are kinky or we have needs that we perceive as unusual or non-standard, we're often silenced by insecurity and shame and the hope that somehow, without us having to make ourselves vulnerable, things will just magically work out. Or we become so afraid that we push away intimacy in order to avoid rejection. Hell, even when we aren't kinky, even when our desires are common and socially acceptable, we have a hard time discussing that. Most of us have never been taught to openly communicate our emotional and physical needs. We are silenced by unspoken expectations, religious and social pressure, and shame. But everybody has needs and desires and preferences, and anybody worth fucking, or even just sharing a cup of coffee with, respects that.